Ed Reardon's Week by Christopher Douglas and Andrew Nichols. Episode 3, The Wrong Fleece.
Touched and honoured as I am to accept this illustrious award, I should perhaps explain why it's taken me 31 years to arrive at this felicitous situation. My previous and equally deserving novel, Who Would Fathers Bear, suffered the ultimate indignity of being turned into a Hollywood film. I'll pause for a laugh there, I think. Directed, what's worse, by a certain Mr. Jazz Milvain. I imagine there'll be quite a lot of booing there, so I'll just start a new paragraph. To say that Jazz Milvain is without talent is like saying... no, I'll fill that in later. Reality television analogy of some kind. So, any attempt by Hollywood to vandalise this novel, whose quality the judges have been good enough to recognise, will, as it says in the public libraries, result in prosecution. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, Elgar. I think we've earned ourselves some elevensies. Oh, I should have said public libraries under constant threat from the barbarians. That should get them up on their feet. What do you mean, do you want to revert to saved document? I thought I had. Or maybe I haven't. Or, yes. What? What's this? Touched and honoured as I am to accept this Pipe Smoker of the Year award. No, I've rewritten this. That's the whole point of doing it on a computer. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Monday. Second only to having one's precious words mutilated is the tragedy of losing them in the labyrinth of so-called cyberspace. Somehow those first, freshly plucked fruits of the imagination can never be reharvested, especially when one is at the mercy of the computer software company's helpline, an oxymoron if ever there was one, to rank with user-friendly, easy access and hassle-free.
Ah, yes, hello, finally. No, Vikram, since you ask, I'm not having a very nice morning, and I'll tell you why. I'm a writer, and I've lost a... nothing you'll have seen recently, but I've lost a very important speech. I pressed, do you want to revert to the... Well, it's an acceptance speech for the Booker Prize, so I pressed yes. Well, no, it's not actually on the shortlist, but what came up instead on the screen... No, it hasn't got a title either. I haven't actually started writing it yet. Look, I really don't have to give you any of this information, but since you ask, it's a professional technique for getting one in the mood for writing. Margaret Atwood does it all the time. But what I require from you, Vikram, is some advice on how to retrieve it. Ah, so that's what passes for customer support, is it? Not possible, my friend. Well, I'd have thought my level of satisfaction was obvious. You can tick the very dissatisfied indeed box. Oh, as long as it doesn't affect my being entered in the prize draw, I wouldn't want to miss out on that. Oh, excellent. Oh, good day to you. Yes, I'm coming.
Morning, Mr. Reardon.
My word, so it is. What brings the first post at this ungodly hour?
Off to the test match at Lord's, me. Changed my electricity supplier. 1-2 tickets in the ballot.
I take it the other one's spoken for.
Promise it to my lad. Sorry. It's to make up for him not getting picked for junior mastermind.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Had to deliver the bad news myself. Ironic, really.
So what do you have in the way of rejection for me today?
Nothing, I'm afraid. All for your predecessors. 3 for Jenkins, 2 Bowden catalogues for Patterson, and this for Mr. Oglu.
Oh, really?
He moved years ago.
Yes, well, I'll forward it to him. Thank you. I imagine you find it hard to get any job satisfaction delivering all this junk mail.
Now. Keeps the Royal Mail afloat. And I'd be back working in the hospital if it wasn't for this stuff.
Yes, and I've got a red rubber band out of it too, so all's well with the world.
If you get a chance to watch the cricket, we're both going as Rhine maidens.
Oh, good to hear the standards of the London season are being upheld.
Cheers.
Yeah, all right. All is indeed well, Elgar. Seems that Mr. Oglu has been invited to the Chelsea Flower Show. Make an agreeable companion piece to next month's Royal Academy thrash. Now, I wonder if the barber will stand up to another foray into high society. Well, it won't if you keep molting on it. Off!
Thank you very much. Who needs Glyndebourne when he can hear stuff like this? Let's hear your appreciation for Frank on bass, Ray on drums, Mr. Ed Reardon on the jug, and adding a certain je ne sais quoi, me, Jazz Milvain, sur la trompette. We're just off for 40 drinks, but we'll be back very shortly with more music from a land called Dixie.
40 sellers, please, Jazz.
Me too, and 40 bags of scratchings. Low fat if they're gone.
Oi, Reardon.
Just a pint of Blacksmith's. I got to work this afternoon.
No, I want to word with you. You've been changing my entry on Wikipedia again.
I'm merely fleshing out a few biographical details. After all, the public has a right to know.
What does it add to the sum of human knowledge that my first job was walking schnorbits for Bernie Winters?
Well, I think it gives you a human face. Shows the influence of animals on your later oeuvre, like those 3 talking dolphin films.
So, is that what you're going back home to do this afternoon then, Reardon? Belittle the achievements of others, instead of writing something that might get you an entry on your own merit?
Well, it might interest you to know, probably not, that I've started work on a new novel.
Oh, thank God for that. You haven't bought any new clothes since the last one.
It don't need to be in Wikipedia with that anorak. Tell you everything you need to know about him. What he had for dinner yesterday.
Yeah, and last week.
Was that cat food?
When are you going to get yourself a decent fleece like the rest of us?
Well, presumably not until I've visited the Deanhurst Garden Centre or whatever it says above your middle zip.
Yeah, or become an EasyJet frequent flyer. Look.
Or being on the cast and crew of Dolphin City. This one's waterproof.
It's the future, Ed. Can't turn back the clock.
Well, I'll address the situation when I'm good and ready.
Right. Time to make music, everybody. Wipe your mouths, score voters back on, and... A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right there, mate.
Yes, I'd like... well, I was interested in... could I see an older assistant, please?
Tuesday. While by no means a slave to fashion, I've never wanted to be its implacable enemy either. My outfitters of choice have remained unchanged for years. Just as the tailors of Savile Row rub well-cut shoulders with each other, so too do the charity shops of Berkhamsted, Oxfam, Cancer Research, the Salvation Army, all providing a bespoke service from suiting to sandals within 100 yards of each other. However, the ridicule of my peers showed me it was time to take the plunge, to cross the sartorial Rubicon of the High Street, to Millet's.
So, you've drawstrings on each side with securing toggles. Pockets here, here, and here.
Yes, goodness, so many zips.
And there's even one up here for your mobile. If, say, you're listening to 5 Live Drive, you need to text them urgently.
Well, I don't drive.
Very sensible. Put your bus pass in it then. Easy reach of challenge. And the beauty of this is, it's a fleece for all occasions.
Well, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I've got a few social engagements looming.
Well, this will get you in anywhere. Casual enough for the wine bar and smart enough for Henley Regatta.
Well, I do have a straw boater.
You're off and running then. Can I show you some waterproof trousers? Or are you happy with the shorts?
Just the fleece, thank you. Though I do quite like the look of that all-in-one knife, fork and spoon. That could be very convenient.
Shouldn't really tell you this, but come back in a couple of days, there'll be 10% off that.
Thank you very much. I could get used to this, buying new things.
Well, if you can't treat yourself by the time you get to our age, when can you?
Indeed.
My God, they're letting anybody into the Chelsea Flower Show these days.
Hello, Felix. Didn't know you were a member of the RHS. Well, perhaps you're an exhibit with that understated, well, the sort of bouquet you've got in your buttonhole.
No, I'm working. Unlike some freeloaders loafing around with a Pimm's in each hand.
I suppose you're going to tell me that gardening's the new rock and roll.
Huh. What a charmingly old-fashioned way you have of putting things.
Hi, Ed. Look, isn't this brilliant?
Ah, yes. A gnome with a fishing rod. What a novel idea.
Yeah, and it was only 500 quid, not including the rod, obviously. I just had to get one for the office.
So not only the new rock and roll, it's also the drug-addled idiocy that goes with it.
Oh.
The fact is, Ed, gardening books have well and truly knocked abused childhood memoirs off their smug, self-pitying perch. So I'm on the hunt for authors.
Ah, well, in that case...
No, not you. I mean proper authors. Frankie Dettori, Wayne Rooney. Writers who can communicate their love of gardening to people in Waterstones in the run-up to Christmas.
They'll need someone to write the books for them, though.
Well, in due course, yes.
Yeah, Ed, you've got a lot of ground to make up after Stephen Hawking's big barbecue book.
Absolute shambles. Oh, Pink, I just saw Shilpa Shetty disappearing into the Price Waterhouse yurt. Go on, chase after her.
Too late, Felix. She signed a 3-book deal with Random House this morning.
The Hanging Gardens of Bollywood, no doubt.
Ed, that's brilliant.
Is it? I was just trying to be mildly sarcastic.
You really are the most vexing client. You turn up, helping yourself to free food and drink, wearing what is it, a tabard or a jerkin? Why don't you try singing for your supper for once?
If you've got any more ideas like that one, write them down. We can sell them.
Well, I seem to remember sending you 3 outlines for novels and screenplays in the last month.
Nobody reads them.
Felix!
I mean, outside of the agency, of course. High concepts are what's required now.
In one line?
Can be shorter. A tiny spark that inspires a great work of art. A simple idea.
Or a ride.
A ride?
Yeah, an idea for a ride. Disney build it and turn it into a movie. Like Pirates of the Caribbean. Mega doubloonage.
Look at the great success Jas Milvain made with the Dolphin Flume ride. One idea became a trilogy. Bank holiday viewing for years to come.
Well, my ride here this afternoon got pretty white-knuckle coming through Watford Junction without a valid ticket. How about selling that? We could have Johnny Depp playing myself, Alan Rickman as the evil inspector bawling into his phone. What about John Malkovich as his backup?
Thank you very much, everybody.
That sounds like Jazz. What's he doing in a civilised environment?
Shh, that's why we're here. They've invented this new rose, right? And they want to call it after Jazz.
Oh, really? There's a name for that sort of thing.
Yes, it's called the Jas Milvain Rose.
Was it Shakespeare who said, "A rose by any other name would smell great"?
Oh, dear God. Wednesday, or possibly Thursday. Thanks to the hospitality extended to me, or rather Mr. Oglu, by several of the Chelsea Flower Show's leading sponsors. Seeking refuge from Jas Milvain's interminable acceptance speech, I wound my way, via the Laurent Perrier garden, through the equally well-stocked Royal Bank of Scotland garden, before fetching up in the Group 4 security walled garden. Here, young offenders detained at Her Majesty's pleasure had created a tranquil arbour of reflection. Also a buffet table from which it was extremely easy to remove 2 bottles of vodka while the guards were looking the other way, and to conceal them in my fleece. Not as capacious as the faithful barber, but equal to the challenge. Securing the release of the 2 vodka bottles was my first big idea of the day. The second, even better idea, was unfortunately a casualty of the first.
Where the hell is it?
Ideas such as the highly commercial copper-bottomed guaranteed pension one I jotted down on the journey home come to a writer perhaps once in a lifetime. Alas, in my hungover state, it was nowhere to be found, despite the comprehensiveness of the search.
Oh, well, it was just a thought. Simplicity is all. In today's market, the one-sentence idea is what sells.
Like Pride and Prejudice?
Yes.
Or Bagpuss?
Yes, I suppose so. But the important thing is always to carry a pen and paper to write it down. I had a very good idea the other day, as a matter of fact.
What was it then?
Well, that's a good question, Stan. I jotted it down, then temporarily mislaid it, but I'm sure it'll turn up soon.
Drunk, were you?
Asleep on a bench at the station, if that's the day you're talking about. I saw him when I was coming back from my tap class. He had a half-eaten kebab on top of him. I didn't know where to look.
Yeah, well, you could have started by looking under the bench, Pearl, to see if there was a folded piece of paper there.
Tell you what, I wish I'd been the bloke who came up with putting cat's eyes in the middle of the road. That was a winner.
Yes, Stan, my father used to say that every time he took us out in the car on Sunday afternoon.
Still true, though.
Well, just to recap, like it or not, we have to respect today's short attention span. Even the single-word idea has currency.
Oh, I'm with you. Slogans. Now there's a thought. I think that's been taken. Bart, please.
All right, let's try something different.
It says that in Morrison's over the organic veg. £1.20 for a collie. I think I'll try sticking to what I know, thank you very much.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Says that outside the church on the yellow poster next to the thermometer.
I've had enough of this, I'm off. Where's my fleece?
Well, did you, visit a massage parlour on your way back to Euston Station?
I may have done. I've still got a stiff shoulder, so I think it's unlikely.
OK, I'm going to cure you of that right now.
How?
Reiki. See what I'm doing?
Waving your hands about?
No, I'm channeling energy from the universe into your body so your body can heal itself. Minty showed me how to do it on a hen weekend in this Scottish castle, right? When I've been talking on the phone for 9 hours on the train, and it cured my neck ache.
I'm very grateful, Pig, but this isn't going to help me find my idea. Look, are you sure I didn't give you any inkling what it was? Because that's when it must have come to me at the flower show.
Do you think it might have been an idea for a ride?
I'm fairly certain it wouldn't have been. Possibly a movie or a long-running television series. No, I thought I had it then.
OK, Ed. Just come over to Mr. Fisher.
Oh, yes, let's ask the garden gnome. Probably has very good connections with the Cornish piskies. He'd be able to tell us in no time.
No. Ed, this is what you've got to do. Precisely retrace your steps. Because when we were talking about you coming up with an idea, I just bought Mr. Fisher.
Right, for £500. I remember that.
So then what did you do?
I reflected on the inequitable distribution of wealth that divides your world from mine.
That wasn't your idea, was it, Ed?
No.
Because someone's done socialism?
So I believe.
It was on Channel 4.
Anyway, then I visited another exhibit where I found myself in possession of 2 bottles of vodka. Next thing I remember, I was in OK Kebabs at Berkhamsted.
Right. So go to the office first, then Euston, get the identical train and call me when you get back home. Why are you going that way?
Well, I'm just getting a couple of bottles of Stolichnaya from Felix's office.
Ed!
You said I had to reconstruct the events of the afternoon precisely.
Ed, threshers now, or Mr. Fisher's going to get very cross and hit you with his rod.
Friday. In replicating my journey back from Chelsea, and following in my own somewhat zigzag footsteps, I felt like those people who, having suffered severe trauma, experience the sensation of leaving their bodies and looking down on themselves. There I was, stumbling into the first-class compartment, reading 2 identical copies of Metro from cover to cover.
All tickets and rail cards, please.
There I was, evading my fare again by hiding in the toilet and making a noise like a baby having its nappy changed.
No rush, madam. I can tell you've got your hands full.
And what's more, getting away with it again, despite having to forego the Dutch courage that a second bottle brings. All this I was prepared to do, but still it brought me no closer to recovering that elusive scribbled-down idea. Even recreating the undignified scene with the kebab on the bench, witnessed by Pearl, brought no glimmer of memory. Damn! Oh, not again. Why can't they make proper cutlery these days? Though the snapping of the complimentary plastic fork provided by OK Kebabs afforded me a eureka moment of sorts.
Help you, sir?
Yes, I'd like this knife, fork and spoon combination, please.
Certainly, sir.
Except it's incorrectly priced.
Is it?
Yes, you gave me to understand there'd be a 10% reduction when I came in here a few days ago.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, it's only $1.99 as it is. I'd be cutting my own throat. And forking and spooning it, come to think of it.
No, I distinctly remember when I came in to buy this fleece.
No, you didn't.
Oh, really?
I remember you, but you didn't buy that fleece here.
Yes, I did. I got a receipt.
You might have a receipt for a fleece, but not that one.
What?
That's a Wayfarer. If I'm not mistaken, what you bought was a Dalesman. Only a single zip, you see. Different animal altogether.
So you're saying that this is not the fleece I left your shop wearing?
No, sir. The shorts are the same, except for that bit of, chilli sauce down the side. That wasn't there before.
Yeah, it's funny how you remember that, but not the 10% reduction on these that you promised me.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to reel you in. All part of the great game. Nah, this is very inferior fleece. Couple of stately homes and an outdoor Shakespeare, and you'll be back, tail between your legs, wanting another Dalesman. What happened to the first one, by the way?
Somebody else must have it.
Yeah, very lucky. This is just cheap fabric, you see. As for the secret pocket...
Of course! That's where I put it!
It's just fastened with Velcro instead of a zip. You see? Our secret's that. Hello. There's something in here.
Oh, what is it?
Damn it, man, give it here.
All right.
It's an invitation to the World of Recliners summer collection. Free glass of wine.
No mention of snacks. Pity. You could have christened your knife, fork and spoon.
What was it? Time. Something about time. Yes.
Hi, darling. Great news.
Yes, what?
Would you be up for ghosting a celeb gardening book?
I don't know. Who's the celeb in question?
Well, actually, we're trying to keep that fairly fluid at the moment.
So what kind of gardening, then? I mean, are we talking about a cottage garden, or a formal landscape garden, or a vegetable garden?
Whoa. Ed, Felix wants you to be fairly flexible about that, too. Just garden stuff, I mean, seeds, hedges, whatever. And then when we've got a chapter, we'll get a celeb on board, yeah?
I was hoping to put this kind of hack work behind me once I'd sold my idea.
Oh, yeah, how's the hunt going? Ed Reardon's idea quest. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I've established that I picked up the wrong fleece and someone else has got mine with the idea in it.
OK, so where have you been where there's lots of oldies?
Well, there was the Chelsea Flower Show.
Ed, I don't think anyone else was wearing a fleece in the Harpers and Queen Marquee.
Then there were several fleeces when I played my gig at the pub. But that was before I had the idea, or indeed the fleece. So that leaves only the writing class. The writing class, of course!
So when can you have the first 5,000 words ready? Ed? Ed? No. Gone.
The dismaying realization that Stan and I shared the same taste in leisure wear was soon overtaken by the necessity to get to the World of Recliners before the 5:30 deadline for the special preview. It was my only opportunity of waylaying Stan before next week's writing class, and who knows who might come up with the same idea in the meantime.
Excuse me, is that your second glass of wine?
Oh, is it? Well, I've sipped it now, so I might as well. Sorry about that. I hope I haven't got you into trouble.
And you have been monopolising that recliner. There's other customers waiting to try it.
Right. I'm duly evicted. I do think, though, that if you're expecting customers, to part with upwards of £1,800 of one of these things, you're hardly likely to do it by offering them a solitary plastic tumbler of Shiraz.
Well, that's the rule.
Is it? I was at the Chelsea Flower Show last week, and there was so much free booze flowing. They were selling tennis courts, gazebos by the lorry load. People were so drunk they were trying to buy the lampposts on the embankment. See, that's softening up the punters. Now, if you were to just pass me that bottle.
Could you leave, please?
Yes, certainly.
What are you doing here?
Stan, at last, a friendly face. And more to the point, a friendly fleece.
Oi! What are you doing in my secret pocket? Get off!
At last! At last! Hello, Ping. Here it is.
Oh, great. Is this your idea?
No, it's the first chapter of My Lovely Garden. I've given it a fairly neutral title. Should do for any celebrity from Bjork to Slobodan Milosevic, if he's still with us by the time Watersons need to print their Christmas catalogue.
No, Ed, your brilliant idea. Haven't you found it yet?
I did, as a matter of fact.
Well, what is it then?
You can read it if you like.
A man who travels through time and space, meeting historical characters and monsters from the future, and has a pretty assistant. Oh, Ed, that is mind-blowingly good.
Yes, but alas, I fear not original.
Yeah. It's life on Mars, isn't it?
Try again.
Boys from the Black Star? Wuthering... Oh! It's Doctor Who! Oh, what a shame.
Yes, well, drink had been taken by that stage of the afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, the paper's all sticky.
Yes, you don't think you could stain it a bit more to look old, do you? Soak it in some cold tea and date it, well, when would it be? 1961.
What? Why would I do that, Ed?
It worked with the Hitler diaries. And then we could sue the BBC for plagiarism, breach of copyright, and then, well, anyway, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job.
Right, well, back in the real world, Ed, Felix wants to see you.
Ah, Ed, just the man we need.
Hello, Jazz.
Sobered up from Chelsea yet?
Yes, how's your rose doing? Died of black fly yet? Or hubris?
No. According to the Sunday Times, it's the best-selling celebrity rose of recent years. We've gone past the Andy McNabb and the Esther Ranson, and we're about to overtake the Princess Diana, God bless her.
And more good news, Ed. Say hello to your new co-author.
Where? Who?
Me, of course. My World of Gardening by Jas Milvain. So when can you start?
Here's a radical thought, Jas. If your name's on it, why don't you write it?
Oh, very good. Anyway, Jas is going to be far too busy with the new ride.
The what?
Well, they're about to fly me out to Florida to supervise construction of the ride, and there's a movie deal attached, and Johnny Depp's already signed up to play Jason.
Jason who?
Just Jason, as in the quest for the Golden Fleece. That's the ride. He's lost his fleece, and he has a succession of high-concept adventures trying to get it back.
Simple idea, you see, Ed. Always the best.
I think it was King who came up with it first.
Oh, yes, I've had to give her a whacking great bonus. Still, she's worth it.
This all happened to me. It was my idea.
Oh, yeah? Where did you think it up? Lying drunk on a park bench?
Yes, actually.
Well, in the meantime, perhaps you could turn your horny hands to 65,000 words about, what would you like the theme to be, Jas?
Let's think. Got it. An English country garden.
Really, Ed? It's practically writing itself. Jas is doing all the work for you.
Milvain's latest piece of cinematic asininity is stolen from yet another original idea by Ed Reardon. See Wikipedia's Greatest Living Authors section. Why has it gone so dark, Elgar? Oh, that's a big lorry, isn't it?
Delivery for Mr. Oglu.
Oh, yes, I am he.
Just take care of the paperwork, sign here, and print your name there.
What for, exactly?
Don't know if we're going to have enough room in there, to be honest. We'll do our best.
Yes, but what is it? Indoor swimming pool with flume ride. I didn't order this.
Yes, you did, Mr. Oglu, last week at the Chelsea Flower Show, according to the form. That's your handwriting, isn't it?
It may have been by that time of day.
And because you're spending more than £75,000, you're entitled to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And what's that?
You're entered into a prize draw to have a rose named after yourself or a loved one.
Have to think about that, won't we, Elgar? While we're enjoying a ride down our new flume.
Ed Reardon's Week starred Christopher Douglas, with Stephanie Cole, Ben Crowe, John Fortune, Simon Greenall, Sally Hawkins, Martin Hyder, Philip Jackson, Peter Marinka, Rita May, Geoffrey McGiven and Geoffrey Whitehead. It was written by Christopher Douglas and Andrew Nichols. The producer was Dawn Ellis.